Welcome to another complimentary mini-session of the Indaba Leadership Development e-training program. As you know, this is the format we use to deliver our programs online. This format allows your employees to learn in the mode they prefer and at the times they choose, whether at their desk, at home during quiet time, while exercising, or when they are traveling. We call this flexibility my way, my place, my pace. Employees and organizations love it. Now, here is your eZine on web-based and teleconference facilitation.
In recent eZines, we've covered the importance of good facilitation when conducting meetings. With facilitation, you can ensure that everything proceeds according to a plan, and that when deviations to that plan arise, you're prepared to deal with it in a productive way. But in today's business world, the meeting is a creature with many different faces. The days are gone when every meeting consisted of a team sitting around a table with notebooks. Today's meetings are more likely to involve at least some form of multimedia interactivity. This includes classic teleconferencing or meetings with webcams and microphones over a web-based interface. Certainly, these can be valuable tools for an organization. They can cut down on travel expenses and coordinate something approximating face-to-face meetings, even when certain critical key members are unable to attend in person. However, the technology behind web-based meetings and teleconferences hasn't replaced the communication, relationship building, and camaraderie of the in-person talk. There are a number of ways in which digital meetings can go wrong. You might not notice when it contributes to misunderstandings and breakdown of trust, unless you take some extra steps to make up for the degree of separation that comes along with teleconferencing or web-based meetings. This could become more of a liability to you than an asset. The goal of a meeting is a clear and productive exchange of ideas. Here are some simple things you can keep in mind to ensure that your web-based meetings or teleconferences proceed in an efficient and organized way. Be certain that a teleconference is the right kind of meeting. Although this technology certainly makes things easier for everyone involved, it's not a catch-all solution. There are simply too many things that fall by the wayside in teleconferencing that are critical to making a great first impression. As such, it's generally advised that if the meeting is to establish a good relationship with a future client or coworker, that you actually meet face-to-face. This will initially establish a good rapport, and once you're comfortable with one another, you can benefit from a web-based meeting or teleconference. If it's totally unavoidable that you hold a first meeting through a digital medium, then it's all the more important that you pay attention to subtle nuances like body language, tonality, language patterns, or breathing. By paying attention to details like this, you can notice when the other party isn't engaged, when you need to change strategies, or when something you said wasn't received in the way you intended. The rules of facilitation still apply. Just as in a traditional meeting, you'll need a good presenter or facilitator to take charge and make sure that the meeting stays on track. The facilitator can make certain that each person is carrying away the information that they were intended to. In a web-based meeting or teleconference, this means you'll have to consider some new things to adapt to working in a web-based environment. You might focus more on visual aids that can be transmitted to each monitor, or on the particular features to the software that you're using. For example, many types of teleconferencing software offer the ability for participants to color code their avatars to indicate whether they have questions or would like to speak. By learning these features thoroughly and keeping those in mind at all times, you can enjoy a greater level of control over your teleconferences and web-based meetings. Make sure that your technology lives up to your expectations. It is possible to conduct a smooth-running teleconference, but it doesn't entirely depend upon your own skill in setting one up. A lot of the burden for the success of the meeting depends upon the technology that you're using. It's important to know exactly what features your technology offers and how to use them. It's also important to know of any missing features that would drastically improve the way you conduct your meetings. This kind of thing changes, so it's a good idea to periodically keep abreast of advances in the technological area. A general rule of thumb is that bandwidth is probably the most important consideration you can make when choosing new technology. Bandwidth covers two important points: what kind of material you can transfer and how reliable the transfer is. With high bandwidth, you can transfer helpful material like videos and sound files that would be impossible over a low bandwidth connection. Also, with high bandwidth, you can actually ensure that no transfer is ever dropped or that communication is disjointed or spotty. This will help to eliminate those lags in connectivity that can ruin even the most prepared sales pitch. Take advantage of the medium at hand. With all this talk about the dangers of teleconferencing, it probably has you worrying about their overall usefulness. Not to worry. When used properly, the teleconference or web-based meeting can offer many advantages over the traditional face-to-face meeting. All that's required is that you take advantage and become familiar with the technology. All teleconferences are held via some kind of software interface, and each type of software offers its own unique features. Some examples of features include real-time polling to determine which parts of the material need further review, or anonymous commenting to get objective feedback about the quality of the meeting. A good facilitator will know how to employ these features effectively and how to use them to his or her advantage for a successful meeting. Follow up. Just as you would in a traditional meeting, it's important to follow up with those who attended to make sure that everyone is taking away the right message. It's important that everyone understands the tasks assigned, its accountabilities, and is prepared to act on the information. With long-distance meetings like teleconferences, we recommend preparing a package of the material used in the meeting and to include things like chat logs and charts. Sending the package via email to those who attended the meetings so that they can look over the material and review what is covered is a good idea. Following up with simple email messages asking if anyone has any questions or comments can be very effective as well. Web-based meetings or teleconferences can result in overlooking of critical aspects of communication that would be apparent in a more traditional meeting setting. With a little common sense and the practice of facilitation techniques, you can truly unlock the power of teleconference and make it an enjoyable, informative, and empowering experience.
I hope that you found today's program insightful. Feel free to forward this link to colleagues or others who might enjoy these mini sessions. For more information on the wide range of seminars we have to offer, call our office at 727-360-0111. Contact one of our representatives or click the link to our demo to view many of our management and leadership offerings.